there's this weird thing with these small podcasts like ours, you know, these 1,000 viewers, you know, there's like the Kevins and the us that are at like 1,000, and then everybody who's below us. They have this thing where like everything to them is like a clandestine plan, you know, everything is like this 4D chess. And no offense, but if you have 1,000 viewers at a time or under, and you're planning like 4D chess things, you're gay, dude. No offense. Like you're a sad situation. And that's coming from me. You need to find something. You need to figure out something if you're like planning shit behind the scenes. So Chad sees you and I yesterday, and he says, "What's Steel Toe's angle?" And I'm like, "Bro, the reason I upset all these trolls and the reason I upset all these people is because I have no angle. They've been looking for an angle on me forever, and all they get is I just like to do my show, beg for a little money, and go home." And they're like, "No, it's got to be more than that." It's really not more than that. We did say on the show how funny it would be if Chad came and did a comedy show with us. If he would, we'd talk about it. If he wouldn't want to, that's fine too. Well, we just have to make sure we don't let our audience drink. We're the only comedy show that can't let our audience drink before the shows. So on MLC yesterday, Kevin talks to Chad about Chad and I teaming up to do a show watching Melton clips. Now, no offense to all the Melton fans in our chat because you'd rather watch me than him. I get it. I understand. So on MLC yesterday, because we said something nice about Chad, Kevin said, well, you guys should team up and do a Melton clips show. First of all, I do too many shows, and I shove this show down our fans' throats as it is. I don't need to do more shows. Second of all, if I'm going to do another show, I'm not Melton. I have talent. I can do a show about anything. I don't need to watch a sad, morbidly obese, mentally ill guy.
It's a show about nothing.
So let's go to Kevin Brennan. Let's go to Kevin Brennan suggesting to Chad Zumock that he and I team up to do a show watching Melton, which again, I can't think of anything more pathetic.
I like this this Zumock look. Normally we have like the baseball hat, and I mean I've seen the
you like the beanie,
the military helmet. I like the beanie. I like the 8 Mile Zumock we got going on here.
Either 8 Mile Zumock or Shades Tim Pool.
At first I said, no, this guy, he was a piece of shit. And then I started thinking, you know how much content that would generate for everybody and us and me going out there, me not wanting to be there, just videotapes of me saying what I've always wanted to say to his face. It might be interesting.
I would have no problem with that.
Yeah, didn't you guys do that on MLC already?
Yeah. If he wants to hold a phone up and he and I have a conversation where he talks about how much of a piece of shit he thinks I am, that could be kind of fun. That could be kind of interesting because I don't think Chad values my opinion about him, and I don't value Chad's opinion about me. It's internet people. It's nonsense. It's WWE. It's not real. So if I go like pick him up at the airport and he just records the entire conversation from the airport back to here, and it's just him telling me what a piece of shit I am and then me arguing back with him, that could be kind of fun. I'd have no problem with that. Again, I don't think Chad cares about me. I don't really care about Chad. But it would be, it'd be kind of funny, for the goof.
I would do it if I were you.
Because I'll go to that dumb Stoney's bar and it'll be funny that I'm there and everything's funny about it.
It wouldn't be Stoney's, Chad. It would be Partners Pub. We want you there for Fest or Polycule Fest or whatever. The first anniversary.
Powder Puff Comedy.
The first anniversary of the Polycule. That's
White Girl Interrupted.
White Girl.
I'll have a posse.
And maybe that guy will punch you again.
Yeah, the owner of Stoney's can punch me in the face one more time.
Dude, it would be funny. Maybe we should wait till the next anniversary show and we could take a freeze frame picture of Cheetos with like his fist on Chad's chin.
One more time.
But I can make fun of April on stage. I can make fun of him. I think there's something there that I'm not going to say no to right now. But
I will tell you this, Chad. If there's one thing I do not allow on my shows, it's making fun of me. I simply will not. I mean, shit, man. I let the sound lady talk shit to me.
Dude, you can't go up and talk shit about April and Aaron. He's gonna steal my whole set.
I will say this: I'm not doing it below 1,500. That's just not happening.
Yeah, but we talked about this yesterday. That's reasonable. Because if you pay him
flight,
you pay him $1,000. If you pay him $1,000 after flight, hotel, and food, he's either like taking home $100 or he's even paying out of pocket, depending on where he goes. So, I think 1,500 is fair.
That's like a college.
Wait, 1,500 for what?
For the show.
So he gives you 1,500 cash and he pays for everything?
$1,500 cash, and yeah, he puts me up and
Whoa. The $1,500 cash is for you to be put up.
$1,000 I'll put you up. For sure. 1,500 and I pay another, $500 to $1,000 out of pocket. Chad, we're being unreasonable. You're not that good. I don't want you to hear that bad. There's a number. There's a ceiling that I'm willing to hit.
Flight, he gives you a hotel, and then he gives you 1,500 cash.
yeah, because that'd be worth my time. And it'd be,
No, I would do it. I don't think he's going to do. I would say $1,250 cash, and he pays for your flight and he gets you 2 nights at a hotel.
See, Kevin, okay. Kevin understands the game. Kevin gets it a little more. It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
Because
Okay.
then it seems like otherwise it seems like you're doing it for money. You'll make the money on the back end, like Rob saw. You make it on the back end with all the content you're going to get.
and he'll make the money back too. And somebody's going to crowd.
And then you guys should do a show once a week. I mean, listen, the problem was
Here's my problem, Kev. I don't want to do another show. When are we going to do this show?
Yeah, that's what I get with people asking me to be on their show. Like, I'll guest host. Like, someone's like, "Oh, dude, Mersh offered you a gig," and I still someone sent me the offer in the email, and I haven't checked it. But it's just like, when am I going to do Mersh's show? Am I supposed to quit doing Steel Toe to do Mersh's show? Am I supposed to quit doing my show to do Mersh's show? I don't know that I want to do either of those things. And I'm already 3 for you every week, and then 6 for me every week. It's just it's kind of enough.
Yeah. And then, like what Chad and I are both radio guys. Like, we would do a good show together, but it would be a waste to do it on someone like Melton. Again, Melton's below me because Melton's show is about me. That's how the pecking order works. If he wants to do like a real show and then compete with me that way, then we could talk about how we're equals. But right now we're not, because Melton is just like a barnacle on a ship is not the ship. And Melton is a barnacle on what we do. Again, I can already hear the seething in the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, guys. That's who you follow.
no, not live, just on a show, because you guys are like the Odd Couple or whatever. The whole point is, Steel Toe makes a lot of mistakes. First of all, he doesn't put his super chats up on his screen.
You think?
Part of the fun of doing a show, sending super chats, is seeing your name up there, right, Big W?
I understand. Kevin, you're not wrong. I'm lazy. Haven't we talked about this? Like, how do you put super chats up on the screen on OBS? I don't want to use StreamYard. I think StreamYard sucks. I think StreamYard's gay. I like OBS better. Like, if we're going to do a show, because like even shitting on everybody would get old after a while.
Right. Plus, with shitting on Melton, you're going to be watching a guy watching clips of you.
Part of the fun, Chad, you got to go just to stick it to Melton. And then you guys got to, you know what would make Melton furious? If you guys did a show and you made money, that would make him furious. And people would watch, because a lot of people don't like Melton. People are just at it with the Melton going after Steel Toe and the fact that Steel Toe's basically reaching out to you. You guys will make money. I'm up. You guys can be on the MLC network if you want. That's how.
Oh shit! Look at that offer, Johnny.
Oh, there we go.
Well, now this is a horse of a different color.
Now we're talking about that sweet Kevy Brenny money.
We're talking about Kevy Brenny sweetening the pot now. This, I don't know. I don't know if I can hold off. Maybe we don't do a Wednesday evening show anymore. Maybe we do the Aaron and Chad show on the MLC network instead. Maybe we're the lead-in to MLC on Wednesdays. I don't know.
That's how much I believe in this. You just got to do it.
Like the Steel Toe anniversary already happened, and he's like revisiting it. He's going backwards and watching tape of them talking about the upcoming anniversary.
Well, Chad, I'll tell you why. Because Melton doesn't have anything.
People who are watching a show aren't even watching. They're just interacting with each other in the chat. They're not. No one's watching him watch Steel Toe talking about the anniversary show.
That's another good point by Kevin. Nobody's a fan of Patrick Melton. No, the people who watch him aren't even fans of him. They just obsessively hate me. So they're fans of me.
He's watching old clips of Steel Toe saying Kiki was going to be there. It's unwatchable. So someone should snipe this unwatchable garbage that he.
But Kevin, you understand that it's unwatchable garbage. You just pointed that out. So why don't Chad and I do a show where we like just talk about how it's unwatchable garbage and then cover other things? Kevin's got something, and I'm interested. And if I can remove one of my evening shows and do something like this, or even maybe it eliminates 2 of the evening shows. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested in talking about it.
Every day puts out garbage.
I am interested in possibly doing the October show. There might be something there.
Yeah, and from there, you can work out some schedule. I mean, Steel Toe probably has kids on a weekend, but if you guys don't do something, you're just dumb. What do you have to lose? Nothing.
I got the Ray
to lose.
I'm doing the Ray DeVito show that's killing right now.
Yeah, you're doing Kumia's Cox, which is drying up anyway because Kumia doesn't exist. So and then you got Ray DeVito, and then
don't forget Mondays with Mazer.
Oh yeah, so now you got 4 shows: Mondays with Mazer, Ray DeVito, Kumia's Cox, and Chad's Toes or whatever you're gonna call it.
Chad's Toes. What?
And his show is not good. It's all about Steel Toe. So the fact that Steel Toe doesn't try to punch back on him makes no sense.
We don't punch back. We point out how pathetic he is and how his fans are pretty much sociopaths. I mean, they're alone, mentally ill, unlovable sociopaths. I mean, punching back at Melton is easy. You just point out exactly what he does and what he is, and then you keep doing your show.
I mean, that's, first of all, in the Dabbleverse, that's kind of what
I'm not in a Dabbleverse. No, thank you. I am not. I will watch anything. I will cover anything. Like we watched Tucker Carlson today. I'm not in the Tuckerverse.
They want anyway. They don't want Steel Toe doing his own show every day about like what's going on and his version of The View, Hot Topics.
Right, but guess what? I have a built-in audience that does want that. Like I have an audience that wants that. So I mix in both of them. We did a lot of that today. Now we're doing this part. We try to keep as many people happy as possible. If anything, we do the most intricate show out of any of you.
Hot takes. Do a show about Melton who's doing a show about you. That's the way to do it.
See, that sounds boring. Like when he says it like that, it's like Melton's boring to begin with.
Yeah.
And then it's him watching me. So he doesn't do anything.
I mean, you don't have to do it every day, but for him not to do at least a little bit of punching back at Melton is stupid.
I got a perfect.
I'll be honest with you. I think we talk about, for what a loser he is, I think we talk about him too much.
Name for it. You want to hear it?
No, don't give it to me.
The Borgo Toe Morning Show.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Borgo
William Borgeson hates me. He would love that as a name, I think.
It's a little long. I don't know if it's going to fit on a bumper sticker. So if you and Steel Toe just watch, someone clipped it. I mean, you could just join his Discord. He doesn't leave his shows up that long, most of them. So even if you try to hide him, you could still sign up for his Discord. I'll pay for the Discord.
Oh,
you
shit.
Get a Clipper. Yeah.
Wow, Kevin really wants this show to get made.
Yeah, he's apparently going to pay for the Discord. I didn't know you had to pay for those.
You know I like Kevin Brennan. You know Kevin Brennan's always been very nice to me. He's been good to me. I feel like I owe it to Kevin Brennan to hear them out on this topic of doing this show with Chad. I think Chad and I could do a good show together. Shit, I can do a good show. If I've proven over the years, it's that I can do a good show with just about anybody. I'm the Kurt Angle of broadcasting. I can have a good match with anybody.
You suck.
What we maybe could do is take all snipers and A-logs and things like that, package them together, and then Chad and I do a weekly review show.
That could be interesting.
That could work because Melton's worth maybe 5 to 10 minutes of content at best because he's not good. But then, like, you got Kiki, who's currently in the middle of a meltdown. Like, she's like falling apart as a human being. I think Ray DeVito hates Chad. We could take the people who hate Chad, do some of those. Could be fun.
Could be.
You don't really have to get the worst of it because the whole show is bad. So you just get little chunks here and there. He's obsessed with Steel Toe. Steel Toe's got to learn to punch back. I mean, this whole thing taking a high road, quote unquote high road.
I call him a big fat piece of shit with no content. Who, I say that I'm his daddy.
That work out. He's already gone through wife number 2.
Melton's so lame. Like, he's trying to start a fight with Godfrey.
You did Kumia's Cox, and Kumi is over. Like, Kumia's Cox is over. You won again. You put them out of business.
That's true.
Gino's a shell of himself. Chrissy Mayer, I mean, what the fuck is she? She does that Simpcast that nobody watches. Chrissy Mayer, I mean, what the fuck is she? She does that Simpcast that nobody watches.
Chrissy Mayer, I mean, what is she? She does that Simpcast that nobody watches.
So you want to give
It is amazing. It popped up on my to watch thing one Sunday night. Like when I was looking for a Vikings video to watch on YouTube to go to bed. And Simpcast came up. And I remember when Simpcast used to do like 2,000 people at a time. And it was like, it had less viewers than we get at a time. Like we do about 1,000 at our peak every morning. And she was at like 7 something. I'm like, damn, this show. I remember when this show used to do 3 times those numbers.
Kumia's Cox, and now you got to do another show. Conquer new territory. Ozone, Sam V is correct, Aaron. Sam V is correct. Aaron may be the worst person on the planet. You do not want to do a show with this guy, Chad.
How am I the worst? Like, that's the other thing I don't get. Worst person on the planet.
I'm with Ozone. I get it.
Oh, he said, don't get in bed with Steel Toe.
Yeah, don't do business with the guy.
The worst guy in the world.
I mean, I watched this guy's life fall apart in front of my eyes, and I predicted all of it.
And look at me rise from the ashes like a goddamn phoenix, baby. That's the other thing. Watched his life fall apart. I believe my life was falling apart when I was in the drug den with the polycule. That's my life falling apart. I do have to correct the record on one thing. These guys, and that's okay. They don't live here, so they don't understand. Getting out was the rising from the ashes. Like, even April said in her text messages to me, she's like, oh, fine, whatever. You've won. Why does this have to be a problem? You've already won and blah, blah, blah. And like, fine, you win. And like, she's like, it was one of her long paragraph rants. And I'm like, I just responded to her. I was like, I won the minute I left that situation.
So you think he's toxic?
It's like, I'm interested in doing the stand-up show just for the goof. I'm getting messages too not to do it.
From who?
Everybody's messaging me like, don't do it.
Don't do it, Chad. Don't do it.
Listen, everybody hates Steel Toe too, man. I know Melton's like,
sorry, but they don't. This is where you guys need to get out of your own little world. In your guys' little world, yes, but you live in a toxic world. Toxic people do not like me. That's true.
clown, but people hate Steel Toe too.
All right.
I mean, the guy's still under criminal investigation with.
I'm not under criminal investigation. I'm going to Tuesday. It all gets cleared up. Tuesday, I go and I say that I was I was a bad boy. I won't do it again. And they're like, all right, we're cool. That's what we got coming up. There's no investigation, brother. I don't know who you've been listening to, but somebody, Mel, is taking you. Yeah, that right. Someone, Mel, is taking you for a long ride. The coping has begun. No one is obsessed. You're our lol cow. Dude, sorry.
You paid money to tell us that.